And we are live. So, hi everyone. Welcome to our Horizen Weekly Insider number 94. Today is June 28, 2021. Thanks for joining us live here on Discord and YouTube as usual. And please be aware that this call is being recorded and is going to be available for you to check out later in our Horizen podcast in the case that you miss any updates. Also, please be aware to ask your questions on Menti, which just provided the link so the team can answer all of your questions at the end. So without further ado, let's kick it off with our first update from the engineering department. I'll welcome now Alberto.
Hey all, and first of all, this has been an amazing week because we had the possibility to host here in Milan many of the team members. So we had the opportunity to meet them in person, to do a lot of technical sessions, deep dives, and having the various departments meeting together and sharing the view of the future. I mean, this was so helpful, also because it happened after so many months that travel was avoided and not permitted. So really happy about that. Okay, now switching to usual update and about Zendu, we are continuing with the integration activities betwin mainchain and sidechain. And in particular, an updated branch is being finalized and will be ready for final code review very soon. And last week, we have also been focused on addressing the first information provided by the auditing company, and we have already completed some of the related changes. This activity is still ongoing and will be one of the priorities for this week. Moreover, we're also progressing with the infrastructure-related activities in order to create a parallel testnet where all the code will be deployed. And in particular, last week we started the pre-fork tests and executed the first hard fork on a separate testnet. Regarding instead the audit of the proving system code, we are addressing the feedback provided by the auditing company, which so far consists mainly in informational and low risk highlights, luckily. And in the meantime, we are performing the final code review of the latest changes applied to the code on all the relevant repositories, which mainly covers the changes to the serialization and deserialization interfaces. For what regards the SDK, last week we were able to approve the pull requests related to the certificate submitter optimization and other two pull requests. So nothing currently pending for final review on SDK side. And last but not least, we're also supporting specific sidechain projects for some of our partners. So for what regards both the development and the code reviews. But probably this is going to be covered later. So I'll stop it here. So back to you, Angie. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alberto, for the great updates. And definitely it was a very, very good week the past week. Let's continue now with Jonathan to give us the growth updates.
Hey, Angie, thank you. Hey, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Okay, awesome. So, hey, everyone, good morning. So we made a small change to getzen.cash. We added an option to purchase Zen with Fiat. It's using a partner called Transact. So in the past, you've only been able to purchase Zen with cryptocurrency using the Changely widget. But now if you go to getzen.cash and you purchase by Zen, you'll have two options: purchase with crypto, purchase with Fiat. With a Fiat option, you can do a bank transfer, or you can do a Visa card payment, which is really good. It makes it a lot easier for people that don't have maybe cryptocurrency already to purchase Zen. And that makes Zen an easy choice as their first currency, since they could use a credit card. So thanks for that. And Vano, thank you for being the lead on that change and helping with that integration. So in addition to that, I wanted to provide a small update on Pipeline. So Pipeline has been building an app, which is basically a crypto tracker and a news app similar to Blockfolio. I'm going to post it in the chat so everyone can see it. It's a really kind of a basic app, but we have a lot of users on the GetZen faucet and on the pipeline faucet that basically need a place to track their portfolio. So instead of sending people to other apps, we decided to build our own app. And since we control the app, it's a great way for us to actually promote Zen. So for example, some of the things that we'll be doing include having Zen as one of the default currencies on the app. And in the future, as Zen launches new and interesting sidechains, we can have information about those as default information when people download the app. And so this app will be a great way for us to cross-promote between the two companies. And I think it will be a way to get tens of thousands, hopefully hundreds of thousands of new users into the Zen ecosystem. So that'll be really cool. And for now, it's only Android, but we are building an iOS version in the future. We'll also, for example, when you click on Zen through the app, we'll have a link to the Community Hub. We can have links to Academy. We can have links to nodes. I mean, basically, since the app is ours, there's a lot that we could do that'll really help the Zen ecosystem. And that's it for me this week. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Let's continue now with Vano to give us some of the BD updates.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I will be starting with HD, as it has been quite a while since we last gave an update about it. The biggest change we have there is that although we are still paying in Zen, we are now pricing tasks in USD to avoid Zen volatility in other way, obviously. And currently we have 3 active tasks there, 2 of which have not yet been picked up by anyone. First one is about making sidechains SDK compatible with macOS, and it is quite a high paying one, worth of 2,500 USD. And second one is about creating Horizen stake verification tool user guide for Windows. And thanks for this idea to Michael. Current guide works for Linux only, and this task has been posted just today. Big thanks to Luigi as well for his quick support with this one, as we needed to add a new repo to HD and labels to GitHub issue as well. And the third task is about creating a video tutorial for running Zendu in VirtualBox, and we already have an active participant for this task. At the same time, as you know, we are listing tasks for our ambassadors at HD, and we have 7 tasks for them, so check them out. And to date, we have paid in excess of 11,000 USD worth of Zen in bounties already, and we now have bounties worth of 3,600 USD now live. Switching to business development side, we have a new integration announcement for today. Bitcoin.com exchange listed Zen, and we have 3 peers there: USDT, BTC, and Ethereum, ETH-peer. Bitcoin.com is really large exchange. It is number 11th by volume, top 100 by overall coin market cap ranking. Considering that volume for our peers is already pretty nice. So really happy that we are getting such high-profile listings recently, as once again this proves that our project is really strong and growth is there. And that's all from BD, and back to you, Angie.
Thank you, Vano. Now let's welcome Rosario for the product and engineering.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It was a pleasure spending time with the team in Milan last week after being apart in 2020. And it's just so incredible to see the talent that we've had, and just not only great humans, but great minds as well. And one of the very important things that came out, other than the team building and getting to know each other and introducing new team members, was holding a series of strategy sessions to discuss our roadmap after Zendu and Lattice. So life will continue after Zendu and Lattice, even though the team is knee deep right now. But that was very nice to be in a position where we're talking about what is coming next and how do we plan that. We haven't finalized what that means, but we are going to be having a series of discussions and finalizing that over the next few months. And then for the product team, one of the most important things for the product team is going to be to build out the SDK modules and working with the SDK core team from the engineering to build out these modules. But we spoke about SDK modules to main chain recursion and additional just very exciting things. So we are building out the team to have more capacity and be able to deliver additional things. And one of the new team members that will help us expand our throughput is John Camardo. And John is our newest technical product manager who will be supporting the product team. Hey, John, would you like to say a few words?
Sure, thanks, Rosario. Hi, everyone. Just to reintroduce myself, my name is John Camardo, and I joined Horizen Labs team just a few days ago, actually, and I'll be located in New York City. My college degree was in operations research and information engineering. After graduating, I joined a large United States-based financial institution where I spent the first and only 7 years of my career, holding a variety of roles spanning strategy and corporate development, data science and analytics, and most recently, for the past few years, product management. Just to conclude my brief intro, I want to say thank you, especially to the Italy team for hosting us last week. And I'm very excited and grateful to have the opportunity to work with this great team. Thanks.
Great. Well, thank you, John. So that was something else I want to highlight is with the ongoing audits, and I don't want to, the audits are still ongoing, but we have a total of 10 issues that were found on a massive code base. And Zendu is the largest code base. It's very complex. And the fact that there's just very little issues, and Alberto, don't kill me, but it is a testament to the quality of the team and leadership from Alberto. So just wanted to highlight that. Okay, moving on to the Horizen Labs project. So Celsius, we are implementing phase 2 of this proof of concept, and that is adding the proof of private key knowledge, Bitcoin. And the cryptographic elements were designed and turned over to the developer to implement, and this should take a few weeks. Once it's complete, Fellow will be adding it to the audit sidechain, and that is known as ZK Audit. We are meeting the Celsius leadership team, and this is just a standard status discussion on Wednesday. So it's great to collaborate with the Celsius team very closely. From a game chain perspective, we met the game developer while we were in Milan. They stopped by the office to speak to us. They are making great progress and would like to, and this is just something that's in discussion, nothing that's been finalized, but implementing our technology in smart city projects. And the good thing about this is that we've worked with these external teams, and they like working with us. So not only do they think that our technology is the best technology to build on, but they also enjoy working with the team, and that's great to see that. And from just the game chain update, the game chain code review is ongoing. There are some issues that were found, nothing major so far. And we are ready for the game developer to integrate blockchain components. Game developer is a little bit delayed on the UI front. And special thanks to Erica from the marketing team for providing feedback on the game. And once we are to the point, we will be opening up for a community to be testing in the following months. Thank you. That's it for now.
Thank you so much, Rosario. And again, welcome, John, to the team. And let's welcome now Rob for the final part, the leadership updates and the Q&A session.
Hello, everyone, and welcome, John. Really happy to have you on the team. And it was just, speaking of the team, really humbling and pretty just awesome all around to be in Italy for this last week. And I also want to reiterate or give a huge congrats to Alberto and the team for having a way better than could be expected audit report, just only having a handful of items that could be resolved in a very short, reasonable amount of time is incredible for the size of the code base, the complexity of what was being developed. So this is huge news for us as an ecosystem, and we are now, as you heard from Chronic, moving forward on testing. So things are moving. We're still waiting on results for the second audit, so this isn't officially going to go to testnet yet, but things are moving, just prepping everything to make that happen. So let's see. So what I wanted to do was give you guys a little bit of an overview or summary of what happened in Milan over this last week. There were multiple points of being here, other than just beyond the fact that it's absolutely critical to just get the team together so that we can be in person, hopefully much more frequently going forward. But there were some specific things we wanted to do with this trip. In particular, one of the things was to make sure that we're integrating some of our new team members in New York with the Milan team here, especially because on the engineering side, they'll be working together quite frequently, engineering a product, and building those relationships and just getting a deep dive on some of the technology and products immediately it is absolutely critical. Part of the deep diving, we actually had the pleasure of hearing a couple of lectures while we were here in the office. Kicking it off, Alberto kicked it off with Zendu and Lattice lectures, just to give the team overview of what's going on. So decomposing in more detail, starting with a big picture overview and then decomposing basically what's in the white paper right now, but specifically for new engineers. So that was really important. And we're going to be doing more of these types of series of educational lectures on a variety of topics. We're going to record them, and we're going to make this type of content available. If not, internally for the organization, potentially some of the content that we might be able to publicize. We also had a very invigorating cryptography 101 lesson from Ulrich, which was just really cool. So getting some insights on the classic graph coloring problem, and then going a little bit deeper into interactive proofs as a precursor to now a subsequent lecture, which we'll do on the non-interactive ones. And just in general, the brain power that we have on the team is incredible, and just getting this type of knowledge transfer and educational lessons is just cool in general. So I had a lot of fun with that. We also did a Horizen Labs leadership retreat while a bunch of us were in town, and honing in on big picture vision for the company and values in particular, and then also evaluating communication strategies, because we do have a very diverse and distributed team around the world, and making sure that we have efficient and effective communications is a really big part of that. So again, organization building, this is a common theme that you hear if you go back on our weekly insiders and presentations that we've done over the years. We're always trying to get better with the way that we do things. The vision, I do want to share it, and maybe this is a little bit premature, but I'm going to do it anyway. So the vision for the company, for Horizen Labs, is bringing certainty to the world's information. So if you go on the horizenlabs.io website, you'll see a precursor vision statement to that. But this one really resonates with me in particular. But the team put it together in a coordinated effort. Again, bringing certainty to the world's information. And this goes to the idea of what is blockchain in the first place. So rather than just constantly being in the weeds, doing work on a daily basis, bringing in design partners, clients, and focusing on products we're building, it's really useful to step back every now and then and think, what are we trying to do and why are we doing it? So it's the why that we have to be very intentional about, because that drives everything. And it really does start with the vision, and providing certainty for information is the big thing that blockchain does, superior to any other technology out there. Right? So that's why we're here fundamentally, and this drives a lot of the things that we do at the core technology level, the product level, and so forth. So that was a good series of sessions to just hone in on some of these organizational things. Now, probably one of the most exciting parts of the trip here was a deep dive tech strategy session, and really thinking through, first of all, what's our status for Zendu and then the subsequent Lattice delivery. And you heard the CoinSpect audit came back way better than expected, which is fantastic because we can move forward. But then also thinking through the subsequent Lattice delivery. So we have 2 deliveries, ideally both of them this year, and it looks like everything's on track for that. So it was just really good news all around. But we also did we motivated these strategy sessions with an analysis of where are we and with respect to the rest of the industry. So how does our technology sit? How does our ecosystem maturity sit relative to other peers, other public blockchain projects, other companies in the industry? And I can say two big takeaways without naming names in terms of competitors. I can say from an ecosystem building perspective, it sure does feel like we're behind. Now, we do have, in many ways, a mature ecosystem, a 4-year mature ecosystem. We've been building methodically. But if you just look at some of the types of things that are being built in other ecosystems, like stable coins, like NFT platforms, like a variety of flavors of DeFi, you don't see that stuff today on Horizen. So from one perspective, you can say we're behind on the ecosystem, and we know we have to catch up. And that's going to be a huge effort. But we're going to do it intelligently. We're not going to just try to mimic everything, but we also have the benefit of it. And I've spoken about this, over the last several weeks. So there's nothing new there. But on the positive side, so besides just the benefit of hindsight, the technology that we took the time to mature and is going to mainnet soon is superior in many ways for certain things, right? And it's going to be up to us to cultivate the ecosystem around those certain things for which we really do have a competitive advantage. So I expect really big things and a very fast, kind of catch up on certain parts of ecosystem building in a very short period of time. And that's why we brought this big team together and we're really deep diving a strategy to make this stuff happen. But then some of the specifics and what we did, just the point of these sessions this last week was not necessarily to come up with that tech strategy, but to think about how we ought to come up with a strategy, right? So it's kind of like a meta strategy in a way. It's thinking about the process of thinking about it, not to get too abstract here, guys, but really, how are we going to identify projects, products? How are we going to prioritize them? Because we do have finite resources and decisions that we make might be exclusive or at least drive us down a particular path. So having a cohesive strategy that we're building intentionally that caters to the things that we're really good at with this type of technology is the important thing. So we did go through something called RICE, which for me was a bit of an educational session of evaluating every possible project with what is its reach, what is its impact, what's the certainty that we believe we could actually deliver that, and then what's the effort level. And then combining these things to actually rank priorities is the approach that we're taking. Now, we deep dived and really fleshed out a bunch of products, potential product tasks and products, things that are with the core SDK, how we want to evolve that, modules around the SDK, things like tokenization, things like NFT standards and so forth, the things that we've been talking about. But then we also talked about like ecosystem infrastructure stuff. Like, what's our wallet strategy going to be? We have some wallets out there today. Everyone knows that who's part of this project. But what is the most intelligent way for us to reach scale and have deep impact on a particular wallet strategy? So there's a whole bunch of other stuff that go into that we just put a big list out there, and we're going to be refining this, ranking things, and really figuring out how we're going to prioritize, both from the ecosystem perspective, like the foundation, and also for Horizen Labs, the software engineering firm. What kinds of products is it going to really look to focus on to bring to market quickly? So anyway, that's the gist of it. And sorry to be a little bit abstract, guys, or vague about it, because we're not quite done yet. And this was more about just kicking off the process. Normally, or historically, we've been doing this stuff in the fall in prep for, say, next year's roadmap, because this year's roadmap is fairly certain, right? We know we're delivering Zendu, we know we're delivering Lattice, and we're going to be surprising you guys with some really fun product stuff now that we have Zane and John on the team and building out that team further. But what's really important is making sure we have the right decision-making processes in place so that we can evaluate the best course of action for 2022 and beyond. So anyway, much to come on that. This is really just the start to kick it off. And it could not be more valuable to be here in person to actually do this with the guys. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. We can hand it off here back to you, Angie.
Thank you so much, Rob. And thank you everyone for contributing with your questions as usual. So let's start right away. The first one is Zendu mainnet still on track end of Q3?
Very much so. I don't know if maybe Alberto, you want to say anything else, but I think we're very much on track, in particular with some of the audit results we're getting back.
Yeah, it seems that also after having seen the audit result, seems that everything is proceeding as expected. So, I mean, so far confirmed.
And can I just say these audit results are not normal? You know, the fact that we got so much code delivered and so few findings it is really just a huge congrats to you again, Alberto. Can't stress that enough.
I mean, I don't say anything. I'm Italian. I'm superstitious.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So the second question is, can you tell us what kind of games will be on the game chain?
Wow, I don't know who wants to take that one. Who's closest to that project? Rosario, maybe?
I actually have to drop off to a audits call, but
Maybe
Maurizio can take it.
Mauricio's here. Nice.
Okay, so what kind of games? I mean, the first one will be, it's called Enigmap, and it's you are in the player is moving in a kind of map that he cannot see, and you discover the map as you go by, and you can buy items that are used in the game, like a trap, or some help, or a bomb, or this kind of stuff that you can buy, and you buy them on the sidechain. And the player who wins all these items, so you get the lot. And if you want, at some point you can sell them, and they become Zen. So you can buy items with Zen, and you can also win. And if you can reuse them in games, or you can sell them and get the Zen back. But the same sidechain can do that kind of similar things with the other games. So the game chain will be available on an engine that is used by developers of games that can use the same logic, where you can publish a listing of a menu of digital items and price, and then you can exchange them, and you can sell them, buy them, and so there will be many more games, hopefully.
Great. Thank you so much, Maurizio, for answering the question. And the third and final question is, I have seen both CPF and HL have more than 75 team members now. Will you be expanding in 2021?
Yes, we will. And we're trying to expand in a number of ways right now, and we're going to keep on doing that. I don't know what else to say on that other than more good news will be coming in a short amount of time on the types of things that we're doing. But in particular, as we're expanding out on both the product and then the engineering sides, we just need more engineers. We need more talent because we need to build a lot more things. And right now, in particular, as Zendu is going to mainnet and then Lattice comes to market, there's going to be a lot more activity in the ecosystem. So both the foundation and the company are going to need more talent.
Awesome. So thank you, everyone. Those were the top 3 questions. Thank you for joining us every week and contributing, and a lot of exciting stuff is coming in the further days. So thank you so much for joining. Have a great week.